my body, my pussy, my ass and my mouth. All it's waiting for your fuck, for your fuck.
Okay, again, this is 4F1KJA, and yeah, in front of me, I am going to calibrate another duplexer. Okay. So, again, going to get this second camera so that we can identify clearly. Okay, here we are, is another China-made duplexer. It's a Guangzhou, China duplexer. Again, is a JESA1. More with, okay, we will try to rotate the other camera for a better view. Okay, yeah, that is the brand and the model with a certain frequency. They thought that it was calibrated on this frequency, but it wasn't. But you know, there is some errata about the assignment of frequency. The receive will be 148.55, which there are a lot of modulator, and their transmit side is 153.55. Well, their repeater is not located on Metro Manila. It's somewhere else. So even though I use the frequency, it will not cause enough damage for them. Okay, so right now we will try to check on my dual band radio, ICOM IC3220 Hotel, and that is the frequency 153.55 megahertz, and this will be the instrument SWR meter for the input, and this will be the SWR and power meter direct from the output going to the dummy load. So we will try to test if this is both working on the power set mode. So let's transmit. Okay, so it's working right now together with this SWR. Okay, so it was set into 200 watts setting, and this one is also to the 200. See, okay. So so we will check the SWR on the input of this duplexer. Okay, so transmit side and then calibrate. Okay, so on the SWR, wow, that is a reading of 4. So that's the reading, it's 4. And from the other one, surely this will be on a good condition, calibrate, because this was attached to a dummy load. Okay, see, it's flat 1, negligible. It's on SWR setting, negligible. So we have a perfect antenna for this duplexer, and again, we will reset this to power, so that we will see if there will be an output power outside the duplexer, and at the same time here we will just have to calibrate. So we will stop this another second camera so that we can loosen up some lock nuts on this duplexer. So again, so is it, we will put this on the above We have just to pause that camera, and we got on the second layer of the camera, the main, or so you can see what shall I do, or what can I do for this one. So we have to loosen all the lock nut here, okay, so that we could calibrate the TX first before the RX. So the assignment of the high is properly correct, and at the same time on the low power, the low side of this duplexer. Sorry about that. Okay, for the RX. So we will loosen first all the lock nut here, so that we could troubleshoot the SWR, the SWR of this calibration of the duplexer, so that your repeater will not be damaged. Okay, you will have just to lose everything in here. Okay, so use it. So again, we will try to follow it. Okay. So again, so you just have to calibrate first, because we have loosened and lock nut. Oh, sorry, calibrate, then SWR. So it's now on a lower part, so we will try here to locate the OK. As you can see the settings, okay, and then we will try on this side. Okay, it's already flat 1. Okay, but we will try to analyze the power if that's correct. That is 25. Okay, so again, calibrate, check. Okay, so there is no minimal on that part. So okay, that is flat 1. Okay, there's still a minimal on that part. So okay, so we will pause for the meantime on here. So since I have only 2 hand and I don't have a stand for this second camera, so I have to calibrate this properly. So at least you have the bird's eye view how you are going to calibrate this duplexer with a 2 instrument. Okay, but you have to analyze if your transmitting power is properly correct on 25 watts. Okay, so okay, we will have to pause it here for the meantime, so that I could fix it properly. Okay, so later on the RX side. Okay, we have here now, I have already calibrated the TX, and later on this three part will be on the side. So first we'll show you on the second camera how it I've done on the final calibration of the TX. Okay, so right here, going to calibrate. Okay, so calibrate. Okay, we have the exact calibration. Okay, and then we will see for the SWR. So it's negligible. Okay, show to you the transmit. So it's plot 1 on the TX side. Okay, so for the power, I got 25, and I would like to show to prove to you that all repeaters with duplexer, the output power will be reduced to 5 watts. Okay, it's not 25 watts. So whenever you go for the high power, it will reduce on the output. That's the meaning of the real function of the duplexer. That's why for only one antenna. That's why if you are using conventional repeater, if you do not have a repeater duplexer, then you just adjust it to 5 to 10 watts. That is possible. Okay. So again, step negligible to plot 1. Okay. And then for the power, it's 25 watts. So again, right here, so we get 5 watts. Okay. That's the function of this repeater. Okay. So calibrate. If there are some changes on my dummy load antenna, no changes, still plot 1. But it will only transmit for 5 watts radiation. So we'll have to turn off again this second camera. Okay, so that I could set up some for the RX side signal gen, which I am going to open up my signal gen and will tune it on a 148.55, and I will use this radius as RX to distinguish the receive effect of the receive. Okay, so let's pause, and we will also going to pause the main camera. Okay, so I just have to eat a lunch for the meantime. Okay, what we have here right now is, as you can see, I have an additional power meter, and it was connected into the connection of the receive of this duplexer to be connected to the RX section of the repeater. Okay. So I put up some additional this power meter so that I could verify the spill or any emission from the transmit going to the RX section of this duplexer. If we notice that there is an emission on the power reading of this power meter, that means we have a bad situation that there will be no power emission on this duplexer. Okay, so we will open up the video to get a better clear view. Okay. And I will try to put this on a flight mode so there will be no disturbance of any incoming calls. So I hope some other caller should understand that if they cannot contact my station through my smartphone, that means I am conducting video to what I am doing as part of the proof of activity report. Okay. So as you can see, this is now my old small power meter, an SX27P, which I purchased that long ago from 1984. And as you can see, it was connected into the RX side of this duplexer. And from this point, this is the connection going to my other radio. I might do another dual band radio, ICOM IC2720 for the RX side section, and the other part is the signal generator, so that we could check the signal. So as of right now, I have already checked this, okay, and then check the calibration, okay, and then WR is negligible from that part, okay, and transmitting to 25 watts, okay. I have set that to power setting to 25 watts, okay. So to check if there is a spill emission of the power on the RX of the duplexer, we'll have to put this one. So I'll put the mic in front of the camera to see to it that we are transmitting. So I think there is no reflection or deflection on the power meter, so that means there is no spill of the emission of the power. So right now this was connected into a signal generator, okay. I have a Marconi instrument signal generator, which actually doesn't have a backlight to identify the screen frequencies on the screen. So it was connected to a 148.5550, and then going to connect that, going to power on the carrier for the RX. So okay, so I see, okay, that is the receive by a signal generator. Now going to transmit what will be the loss of that signal, okay. So steadily, that is the loss, 2 bars from it. So I'll put the mic again on the camera to see that transmit, so you can see the loss of the signal. It's 2 bars, okay. So that is negligible. So we have already calibrated the RX side, and I have already locked down these nuts. So I hope you got another hints and kinks from my station. So if you have any question, comment, or inquiries, you can chat me via Facebook, or you can visit my official website. It's www.4F1KJA.com, and yours truly is 4F1KJA. And right now, going to sign off. By the way, the owner of the duplexer of this JESAA1 China duplexer is old man Orville Buffe, as the request of that old man to calibrate this duplexer. So again, 4F1KJA signing off, 73. I hope you enjoyed the video. So I hope you have a hint how to calibrate this, and 73 to all. Signing off.